Hello and welcome to your yoga flow. Namaste. My name is Maria and today I will be guiding you through a quick 10-minute balanced yoga flow. We won't need any props today, but one thing I do recommend is if you are a beginner yogi, maybe finding a wall or somewhere to practice near. Get into something comfy and meet me on your mat. We're going to begin in a tabletop position today with cat-cow movement. So plant your hands, spread your fingers wide, wrist underneath your shoulders, and then bring your knees hip width apart, directly underneath your hips. Your toes can be tucked under, or you can press into the tops of your feet, whatever feels most comfortable for you. But we're going to start by dropping the belly, opening up through the chest and sending the chest forward through our arms. Open up through the neck, but maybe tuck the chin just a little bit and lift the tailbone. On the exhale, round through the upper back, bring your chin to your chest. As you draw that tailbone towards the ground now, aim it towards that space between your knees. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the tailbone, send the chest forward. And exhale to round through the upper back. On your next inhale, send that right leg, the right toes towards the back of your mat, straightening out through that right leg. Maybe rock a little bit back and forth here to find a gentle stretch. Inhale, press down into your left knee, your left leg, press down into your right fingertips as you exhale to lift that right heel up off the ground. Option to stay on the ground here and just stay there as we also lift our left arm up, reach our fingertips forward, straightening out through that left arm, left biceps by your ear. Stay strong here. Inhale. Bring your left elbow and your right knee to touch, bringing everything in towards your chest, towards your nose, towards your chin. Inhale to extend again. Press down through your right hand and that back left knee. And then exhale to release everything back onto the ground. Good. And then we're going to move on to the left side. So tuck the left toes under and then send that left foot, the left toes back towards the back of the mat, straightening out through that left leg. Rocking a little bit here to find a stretch. And then when you're ready, ground down through that left hand. Inhale. And then exhale to slowly lift that back leg off the ground, trying to bring it parallel with your hips, parallel to the ground. Toes face down. Press into that left hand. And then we'll lift the right arm up, sending the right fingertips towards the front of the room, keeping stable here with our breath. And then on your next exhale, bring everything into center. Bring your knee to your nose. Bring your elbow back towards your knee. And then extend again, right arm reaches forward, left heel reaches back. Inhale, and then exhale to release everything back onto the ground. From here, walk your hands back a little bit, coming off of your wrist, and maybe just take a moment to roll them out if they feel a little tight. Okay. When you're ready, walk your hands back up to tabletop position, and then from there, walk your fingertips or your hands up a little bit more. Spread your fingers wide, ground down through all 10 knuckles. Rotate your inner elbows towards the front of the room. Tuck the toes under, lift the knees, and then lift the hips for downward facing dog. We're only going to be in here for a moment, so pedal out the feet. Stretching out through the backs of the legs, bending one knee, lifting that heel, straightening out through the other leg, and then switching, lifting the other heel, bending through that knee, and straightening through the other leg. Push away from the mat with your hands. Your ears should be by your arms, by your biceps or your shoulders. Inner biceps rotate outwards towards either side of the room. Inhale. And then exhale to slowly tiptoe, as slow as you can, your feet up to meet the backs of your hands. Bring your feet together or feet hip width apart for a forward fold here. Drop the crown of your head, release it towards the ground. Shake your head yes and shake your head no. Bend the knees as much as you need to here. And then we'll slowly roll up, first straightening out through the knees and then lifting the back, rolling up through the back, then the hips, low back, upper back, and then bringing the chin up last to avoid feeling lightheaded. From here, you can stay facing wherever you are. I'm just gonna turn to face you. Bring your feet together, bring your feet to touch, and we're gonna work on some balancing standing poses. So again, make sure that you have a wall near you if you need one. From here, we're going to lift the left heel, turn the left toes to point towards the left side of the room, and then bring your heel in towards your ankle. Variation 1 for tree pose, bring your hands to touch and bring them to heart center. If you're looking for a little bit more, you can lift that left leg, left foot off of the mat and bring that left sole of the foot to touch your right calf. Variation 2 for tree pose. If you're looking for a little bit more, you can bring that left sole of the foot up to your inner thigh, either alone or with the help of your hand. The only thing to avoid is placing that foot on the knee or anywhere around the knee. So either on your thigh or on your calf or on the floor. But coming into a tree pose here, your arms can stay in Anjali Mudra, palms touching at your heart center. You can bring your arms to rest beside you, arms up above overhead. Woo. But whatever you feel is best to try to find your balance. Gaze at a point directly in front of you to help you stay stable. And also ground down through all 4 quarters of that right foot. Feel it being rooted into this earth. Almost imagine roots coming up and grabbing you like an actual tree is grounded and rooted into the earth. Inhale, reach the crown of the head up towards the sky. Exhale to relax the shoulders away from the ears. Good. From here, we're going to release that left leg out, but then turn the hip and bring the knee up in towards the front of the room. So we're not touching the ground yet. Beginner yogis, feel free to take a rest. Intermediate yogis, try to challenge yourself. Bring your left ankle to cross over your right thigh. From here, we'll bend our knee, bend our hip, stacking the knee on top of the right ankle and just sitting back into our sits bones a little bit. Figure 4 pose. Beginner yogis can stay here, or you can just stay in the tree pose variation that you liked. Advanced yogis or intermediate yogis, you can come into this figure 4. Flex your left toes back, inhale, and exhale to come back up through center. Lift that left knee up, and then relax that left knee, left leg onto the ground. Shake out that right leg, roll out that right leg. It was doing a lot of work there. Something that I learned is that balance is not just about balance, it's also a lot about strength. So moving on to the other side, root down through all 4 corners of your left foot, lift that right heel, and then turn your right toes to face the right side. Bring your heel to touch your ankles for variation 1. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra and bring them to your heart center or by your sides. Option or variation 2 is to lift that, bring it onto your shin, so your right sole of the foot is on the left calf or the left shin area. Your right hip is open and your right knee is still turned out, pointing towards the right side of the mat. And you can stay here, but if you're looking for a challenge or intermediate yogis, bring your right sole of the foot all the way up to your inner thigh. Ground down through all 4 corners of that left foot and focus at a point in front of you. Push your right sole of the foot into the left leg and push the left leg back into the right sole of the foot. Stay active through the legs here. Inhale, reach the crown of the head up to the sky. Exhale to relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Hands can be in whatever variation you prefer. Inhale, and then exhale to release, and then bring that knee to face the front. Flex your right toes back. Bring that right ankle to cross over your left thigh. Keep your left knee stacked on top of your left ankle, and then sit your sits bones back into an imaginary chair, bending into the left knee, bending into the hips. Coming into this figure 4 variation. Option to just stay here, or option to bend into it. Arms can stay wherever is comfortable, up above overhead, bringing your palms to touch, or keeping them down by your sides. Gaze at a point in front of you. Inhale, straighten out through that left leg, lift that right knee up, and then bring that right foot down onto the ground. Shake out that left ankle and shake out that left leg. Great, and for our last pose, we're going to ground down into our right foot again. Beginner yogis, you can stay here. Intermediate yogis, you can lift that right knee up again. Inhale, stay strong here. And then exhale, everyone, cross your left leg over your right leg. So beginner yogis, if you're here, just bring it over just a little, bend into both legs and bring your left toes onto the ground next to your right toes. You can stay here, or option to wrap your left leg around your legs once more. Bend into it as much as you need to help you wrap around if you need a little help there. Coming into eagle legs. If you're looking for more, we're going to add on to it by bringing our arms out to the sides. Hug yourself, cross your right arm over your left, and then lift your forearms, bringing the backs of your hands to touch. From here, wrap them around again to bring the palms of your hands to touch. Inhale, lift the elbows up, and exhale to release the arms and unravel the legs. And then we'll move on to the other side, ground down through that left foot, left leg, spread the toes wide, lift the right knee up, bringing the thigh parallel to the floor. Inhale, and exhale, everyone, cross this right leg over your left leg. So bringing your toes to touch on the side, coming into almost a half chair pose, sit back into your sits bones, left knee directly above left ankle. From here, if you're looking for more, wrap that leg around once more, bend into your knees here to get low on the ground if you need a little bit more stability. Option to stay here, arms by your sides, or option to take your arms out to either side. Cross your left arm over your right arm this time as you go to hug yourself. Lift your forearms, the backs of your arms to touch, and then option to overlap your arms once more to bring the insides of your palms to touch. Inhale to lift the elbows, and exhale to unravel the arms, unravel the legs, and shake out that left foot. That, my friends, is it for today. Feel free to pair this morning yoga flow with a longer one, a more gentler one, or one that has a savasana at the end. Thank you so much for joining me today, yogis, for this morning balance yoga flow. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know how it went, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time.